Section 2.3.4 Limits to Judicial Activism. Hello, I'm Dr. Adam McKee, and today we're exploring the limits to judicial activism from my book, Criminal Justice, an overview of the system. We'll discuss the legal frameworks that ensure the Supreme Court doesn't overstep its bounds, interfere with the democratic process, or engage in judicial overreach. Let's get started. The power of the Supreme Court to shape policy through judicial activism is not absolute. Several legal frameworks limit the ability of the court to engage in activism. These frameworks are derived from the Constitution itself and ensure that the court remains within its judicial powers. According to Article 3 of the Constitution, federal courts are authorized to exercise only judicial powers. This means that federal judges may interpret the law only through the resolution of actual legal disputes, referred to as cases or controversies. The court cannot attempt to correct a problem on its own initiative or answer hypothetical legal questions. In addition, for a case to be heard, the plaintiff in a federal lawsuit must have legal standing to ask the court for a decision. Legal standing means that the plaintiff must have been aggrieved or legally harmed in some way by the defendant. For instance, organizations such as the American Civil Liberties Union cannot sue the police directly, but they can fund legal assistance for a party that alleges harm done by the police. The case must also present a category of dispute that the law in question was designed to address, and it must be a complaint that the court has the power to remedy. This means that the court must be authorized, under the Constitution or federal law, to hear the case. For example, if there is no substantial federal question, the Supreme Court cannot review a case originating in state courts. To further limit judicial activism, certain conditions must be met for a federal court to hear a case. These conditions ensure that the court is not overstepping its bounds and interfering with the democratic process. First, the court must have jurisdiction over the case. This means the court must have the power to hear and decide the case. For example, if a case arises under state law, the federal court does not have jurisdiction. In addition, the case must be ripe for review. This means the case must present an actual and ongoing problem for the court to resolve. The court cannot decide on hypothetical or abstract questions. The case must also be presented by a party with standing. This means the party bringing the case must have a personal stake in the outcome. Moreover, the court must determine that it is the appropriate forum for the case. This involves considering factors such as convenience and efficiency to decide if the court is the best place to hear the case. The court must also ensure that the case is not moot. A case is moot if it no longer presents an actual controversy or if the issue has been resolved. The law is designed to address certain categories of disputes. These categories ensure that the court is not overstepping its bounds and engaging in judicial overreach. For instance, the law is designed to address cases that involve a federal question, such as a question of constitutional law. The law is also designed to address cases involving diversity jurisdiction, such as cases between citizens of different states. Furthermore, the law addresses cases involving federal crimes or federal regulations, cases that involve international law such as treaties or foreign relations, and cases that involve civil rights and civil liberties. These categories ensure that the court focuses on issues within its purview and does not overstep its bounds. Understanding these limitations is crucial because it highlights the balance between judicial activism and judicial restraint. While judicial activism allows the court to address injustices and adapt to changing societal needs, these legal frameworks ensure that such activism is kept in check, preserving the integrity of the judicial process and respecting the roles of the legislative and executive branches. So, why is this topic so important? Recognizing the limits to judicial activism helps us understand the complexities of the Supreme Court's role in the American legal system. It ensures that the court operates within its constitutional boundaries while still being able to address critical issues that affect our society. In summary, the Supreme Court's power to shape policy through judicial activism is constrained by several legal frameworks. These frameworks, derived from the Constitution, ensure that the court does not overstep its bounds, interfere with the democratic process, or engage in judicial overreach. By understanding these limits, we can appreciate the balance between judicial activism and judicial restraint, and the role of the court in our legal system. Thanks for watching. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. And if you have any questions or topics you'd like me to cover, leave them in the comments below. See you next time.